How you doing, guys? This is Mason Smith here, and did you know that 3 out of every 10 people suffer from depression? So that means either you know somebody, or you know somebody that knows somebody that has suffered from depression, or is suffering from depression. Um, and with that being said, depression, one of the main things that you'll see is the productivity go down. Whether that's in the classroom, workspace, you're going to see a decline in the productivity because what depression does is it attacks the mind and it makes you think that nothing matters. Um, and it really sucks because I've personally been on that side. I've been on both sides. I've been, extremely happy at times in my life, and I've dealt with my depression. Um, and with that being said, my depression started um, playing football. My injuries, my concussions is what really set me really far down. And what really happened was my concussions kind of messed my brain up so bad that I was stuck in my bed for about 2 months straight, not wanting to talk to anybody, not wanting to conversate, not wanting to go to class, not wanting to go to practice. Um, and I felt like nothing mattered. And I didn't want to talk to anybody, and that was my first problem. I didn't want to talk to anybody. So, I came to realization with myself that I need to say something. Um, so I did. I talked to one of my good friends, and he actually brought me to this church. Um, and it was the best decision I've made. I didn't want to do it at first. I didn't want to go to the church. But having good people in your life, they'll bring you to things to pull you out of deep holes that you're in. Um, the type of mental illness that I, really suffered from, there was two main ones. The concussions, the head trauma, and also I had seasonal depression. For me being in northern Indiana in the cornfields, in the middle of nowhere, you know, nothing to do, in a very little school with a population about 3,000, and a town of maybe about 4,500. Um, it it was only about sunny for about 2 months, if we were lucky. Um, so that really made it difficult to be able to get out of the little grunt that I was in. The weather was nothing but gray skies outside, and it was cold and the negatives. So it just collectively added into my depression, and it just kept making it worse. Um, there's many different types of depression. You got MDD, you got PDD, you know, but um, it's really how you can recognize when someone or you are depressed. Um, Starting with that productivity, you'll feel less productive. You won't want to do anything, and it sucks. But there's plenty of different ways to recognize it and to be able to deal with it. So honestly, one of the best things is finding a mentor or finding counselors, or like what I did, find a church, which I went through a mentor. So, finding somebody that you can look up to, someone that's went through troubled times, and somebody that you can truly trust with what you tell them. And talking to a person like that will set your mind free in a way. It'll let some of the stress and anxiety just release itself. And with all this being said, if we're educated, on mental health and mental illnesses, we can come together and truly battle this epidemic.